tomorrow is a bit quieter.
All right. Good morning, friends. It's day 2, not 11, of the Sundance Film Festival. Welcome to In the Can here on Park City Television. I am Terry Burden. We do not have time for pleasantries this morning. We are going straight to a conversation about a very important film put together by a group of incredibly accomplished individuals who have made a team, and a very special film that I'm very excited to have here this morning and to talk about. It is Skyladder, the art of Sai-Gu Chang, and we have a wonderful group together this morning. Let's start the introductions. Wendy Murdoch, Kevin McDonald, Fisher Stevens, Sai-Gu Chang, and interpreter Sang Lo. Thank you so much all for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Here is my dominant thought about this film, and I think it is an analogy even to all of you and your accomplishments in your careers, but even for someone who has great accomplishment in their life, there still can be an almost unattainable project, idea, goal to achieve, in this case, Skyladder. If you would, please talk about this project, this idea, and why it must be done.
Yeah, 因为是故乡自己童年仰望星空的地方。
Because my hometown is the place where I always look up at the sky and the stars.
但是我在全世界做了很多项目，不管是奥运会还是在巴黎一夜情。
I've been creating projects from around the world, be it in Paris or Argentina
或者奥运会，
or Beijing Olympics.
但是我都不能给我奶奶看到。
But none of this were seen by my grandma.
100岁的奶奶，我感到已经时间不多，我应该回到故乡，把这个梯子做出来。
Who was back then 100-year-old already. So I feel an urgency to realize this project in my hometown for her to see it.
所以我很高兴，导演还有制作人帮助我。我在完成了这个项目以后，他们还能够把这个影片介绍给世界看。
I'm very happy and grateful for this production team, director and producers, not only helping me realize this dream, but also keep pushing it forward and for the world to see the film.
Yeah. Okay.
Wendy and Fisher, talk if you would about your passion to get involved. I know, Wendy, you have a personal relationship. Fisher, obviously, you've been successful and working very hard in the production area for some time now. Talk about your involvement, the passion, the intellectual, both sides of committing to this project, if you would.
I know Ted for 15 years. We're very good friends. I love art and I love film. And Ted's story is so interesting and fascinating. And we want to bring his life and journey to show more people around the world to share his story. So I'm very honored to be able to work with Fisher and Kevin, also our friend Bennett Miller. It's a group of talented people to realize my dream. So it's very good.
I didn't really know Sai's work other than the Central Park explosion, and I knew he had a big show in the Guggenheim. Wendy asked me to, work on this film about him, and I had lunch with him, was blown away. Wendy and I were like, who would be the perfect person to direct this film? And we thought of Kevin McDonald. We didn't really know Kevin. I didn't know him, and we called him up, cold called him, and we're like, Kevin, listen, can you come to New York and meet someone? And we send him some, emails and some material on Sai, and the more I got to know Sai and the more I got to know Kevin, the more exciting it became, and the movie just spiraled, and it's incredible that we're here.
Very nice analogy, the way that it spiraled. Kevin, welcome. Talk about your reaction to sort of being offered these ideas, this art.
Well, yeah, it came to me out of the blue, this, and I didn't know much about Sai's work at all, but when I started to look at it, I thought this is hugely cinematic, because a lot of it's around explosions and the use of smoke to make kind of momentary sculptures in the air using smoke. And so it's natural for cinema and natural for a lot of high-speed photography and that kind of thing. But my big worry always was, what's the story? It's the same thing with a lot of films about artists. Their work can look gorgeous on the screen. So it was really, took quite a long time thinking about it and talking to Sai to figure out this idea of the Skyladder, which is his dream for 20-something years to do, which is a flaming ladder going up into the clouds, into the sky. and hopefully sort of disappearing into the sky. And it seems like a bonkers kind of dream to have, that you want to do this. It seems completely unattainable. And so I thought, first of all, that's great to have somebody who's trying to do something that's completely crazy. But also, he said, I want to try it again next year, but I want to do it personally for myself. I want to do this thing. He failed 3 times. Is he going to succeed? So that gives you a narrative in a film, which is, as we know, what you need. You need a narrative. No matter how beautiful the work is, you need story.
And was there sort of a trade-off or a process of the literal narrative versus, of course, many rich metaphors throughout that had to be balanced in your thoughts as a director?
Yeah, I found it, I have to say, one of the hardest, maybe the hardest structural task in terms of editing. Because we did have this story of the will he or won't he pull off this amazing feat, the Skyladder piece. But also, we have to explain to the audience a little bit about where Tsai comes from, about the recent history of China, the impact that's had on him. And also, as we started to make the film, it, as always happens with documentaries, it takes on meaning to you as the filmmaker that maybe is not what you originally thought it would have. And in this case, it became about what happens when you've achieved a lot in your life. Do you just flatline, or can you carry on going? When you're successful, how do you stop yourself just,
And does it have to be very out of reach to be a goal when you've already accomplished so many things?
Yeah, absolutely. And also about selling out, I suppose, in a way. I mean, that's a strong word, but it's about, we've all been in that situation where, you do something for reasons just because, I've done it before, it's easy for me.
Sure.
Or somebody's offered me to go and do this and given me some money. But actually, how do you get back to your original motivations and drives as an artist?
Complacency versus vision. I think we can't wait any longer to see the trailer. This is Skyladder.
Oh, great.
How about that? Wonderful.
I just want to say that
Yes.
when I still, and probably Kevin and Wendy may agree, I did not think that it was going to go off, even there, that Skyladder would go off. It just seemed like, okay, great idea, great for our movie, but if it doesn't go off, it'll be interesting how the movie ends. If it does, it'll be, but it just, he's, like Kevin said, he is a little mad, and that's the beauty of him too, because it was
He's an artist.
It was a miracle that it worked.
Yeah. And we really worried because we didn't have a permit to do it.
Right. That was
at home.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
因
but
为想艺术家还是应该承担起自己的责任来。
Because I feel as an artist, I have to hold the responsibility, shoulder the responsibility by myself.
假如我们这边也等待准许，那边也等待准许，肯定是来不及的。
If we just wait forever for the permit, we won't make it in time.
good lesson in life.
Indeed. Sometimes rules are made to be broken.
That's right. That's right.
So I'm fairly sensitive in my role here to not issue any spoilers for any films. And Fisher, maybe you may have shaded a little bit how this film ends, but I say all of that with a little sense of fun. I want to ask, next project?
OK，我说一些小的事情吧。自从把这个白天的烟火表现以后，我就想起来应该把这个彩色的火药用在绘画里面，往内心的世界，它的美去追求。
I will share some small explorations. Ever since I done the color daytime fireworks, I started this idea of applying the color gunpowder that I used in the fireworks onto the canvas, and to express express my inner emotions and persuades through this new exploration.
所以当然，在天空、在大地上做这个大的，我们还在做。比如说今年的福岛兹纳米5周年纪念，或者明年的莫斯科事业革命100年，都还在构思。对。
Of course, I will continue doing color daytime fireworks, as I will be doing in Fukushima nuclear disaster ceremony, and also next year in Moscow, possibly in Red Square, coinciding with the 100-year Russian Revolution anniversary.
但是另外一个很重要的是，开始要往内心世界也做一些。
But what's also, and even more importantly, is I want to go further to explore more about my inner world.
Yeah.
I wish we had the entire hour to talk more. There are other films, but I'm grateful to
There
all
are
of
no
you.
other films.
Fisher Stevens, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you.
Very grateful for your time. I understand last night's premiere was fantastic. I'm sure there will be many more wonderful screenings. Have a great Sundance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Okay, we got to go to commercial. We roll on with more films right after this. Please stay tuned.